Well, I had taken my son, who was only like 3 at the time. We drove by the school where he was supposed to attend for elementary school, and I had probably the CD playing or something. And then, so when I got home, my husband came outside and met me, and he's like, "Hey, you got to come in and watch this on TV." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "You're never going to believe what happened." And I was like, "Okay." And so he showed me the like footage of the airplanes hitting the towers in New York City. And then it was just kind of surreal. I mean, it just didn't seem possible. It was strange. But
I was in 6th grade, so I was studying in Miss Lancaster's English class, and the teachers were all kind of like in a panic, and they turned on the TV, and I watched the second plane hit the tower. The first plane had already hit, and I was really just confused as a 6th grader. I didn't really know what was going on.
At first, it really didn't hit me what happened because I was so young, but my mom explained later on what happened, and it was really sad for me. It made me feel kind of scared and unsafe.
I remember being panicked, not really understanding what exactly was going on. I remember our teacher saying, oh, somebody must have had like a lot of pilot error for them to hit a tower, and they kept saying, little helicopters and things like that have pilot errors all the time. But I was thinking, this is one plane, but another plane just hit, so it's got to be something bigger going on. But I think it was his attempts to kind of calm us down. But I just remember being panicked, and then all of a sudden they shut down school. Everything went on lockdown, and so, at that point you knew something was wrong, but you still weren't getting a lot of information, so it was just your imagination at play. I still view it as kind of just a changing point in our country, because before then, people kind of had this mentality that, nobody would touch America on its own soil. They would take the fight elsewhere. We were the country that went into other places for a fight. Nobody came to us, came knocking on our front door, So I think 10 years later, the impact is people are more aware of potential dangers. People are more cautious just in general, I think, since that time. Airports are crazy now, but America seems less carefree to me now than at that point.
Definitely. Now terrorist attacks now, it's like, I wouldn't say it's common, but you hear it on the news all the time. Helicopters getting blown up. It's not as awe anymore. You've seen it happen, so it'll be more of a why not again type thing instead of why what's happening, because you already have seen something similar.
And me personally, it'd be totally different, because back then I had, someone else frame my opinion, but now, I form my own, so it'd be different. I would probably ask just the same as him, like, why?
well, it seems like I feel like our country is still on edge, and we know that it's inevitable that something else is going to happen. You just don't know what.
I would probably look into it more. I'm taking CRTW, so of course reading about, critical thinking and all of that. And so of course I would probably, being in college and going through high school and all schooling and, academically, I would probably think about it a little bit more and, try to figure out what happened as far as just being told what happened by the government and the media and stuff. I think I'd definitely view it differently as far as that. I'd still think it was really awful, of course, but view it certainly differently than when I was younger.